Hi everyone, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Alejandra from 2 Months in Motion.
For those who've been following along in our journey, welcome back. And for those who just came across us, hi, welcome, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so a little summary about us. We have been together for 5 years. And in those 5 years, we bought a house, we got married, and we make a beautiful baby girl
named Alaya. So this is the second video of a series. The first video was how we chose our donor. So if you want to watch that, check back on our channel and also click subscribe so you get updated. This video is all about how we got pregnant. So basically how Alaya came to be. Now there's a few different ways that a same-sex female couple can get pregnant. We're going to talk about the different options and which one we went with.
Yeah, so the first general one, I think everybody knows, is IUI, that is artificial insemination, and this can be done at a fertility clinic or at home. And this is done by introducing the sperm of a donor into the woman while she's ovulating.
Yep. The second one is IVF, so in vitro fertilization. And this is when they retrieve the egg and in a lab setting, they fertilize it with the sperm of known or unknown donor and then put it back in the woman. Now there's also something called reciprocal IVF, which is when you retrieve an egg from one individual, you fertilize it in a lab with the sperm, and then you put the egg into a different woman. And so that was actually one of the ones that we were initially interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was going to be a lot of time, energy. And here in Ontario, there's only a few clinics, fertility clinics, that will service those who have a known donor. Yeah. And there was going to be a lot of yellow, red, pink tape, every colored tape you can think of. And I don't know if we were up for the challenge at that time. And we felt like we were on a bit of a time budget.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a financial investment component to it as well.
Yeah.
So we decided to go with
artificial insemination at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so one of the first things we did was we both went to the fertility clinic and we did cycle monitoring. And so what they did was a bunch of tests, and our goal was to find out if there was going to be any unforeseen issues with fertility. And because we didn't want to waste anybody's time if we needed to do it in the clinic. So we found out that there were no foreseen challenges and that it was going to look pretty good for us. So we decided to move forward with the at-home insemination.
We also did an analysis of the sperm of the donor, and he did
STD testing as well.
Testing. Again, just to make sure nobody was wasting their time.
Yes. So the first thing we did was get the items that were needed.
Yeah, so we did our research. We Googled, we saw that there were some kits that they sell already prepared for it. We also spoke with some friends who had done it already at home, and they say they did it in a really simple way. They went to the pharmacy, they got one of these babies here, and
so a sterilized syringe.
Yeah, they give it for free here in Ontario. And what we did was we took it home with a container, example container, like the ones where you test your urine.
Yep.
We brought it home, we put it in a pot with really hot water for half an hour, boiling water for half an hour to make sure it was sterilized. And after it was done, we put it in the room where the donor will do their business, his business.
Yeah. So the way we were tracking ovulation was originally we used this app on our phone. The both of us had it and we were sharing it. And so that would tell us when I was ovulating. And so we would have the donor come over when the app had indicated would be the best day for insemination. And the donor was a good friend of ours. So we enjoyed spending time with him.
We made it a hangout. So he will come home, we will make dinner for him, we chat a little bit, we play some games, and after the end of the hangout, he will go downstairs, he will do his business, he will call me when he was done, text me when he was done, he will leave the house right away, and I will go downstairs, pick up the sample, and bring it to Morgan. I have to mention, he was an amazing donor, like he was so clean not every man is like that, I believe. He was super clean. I actually, in the beginning, had an ambition, I thought that I'm gonna be collecting the sample myself and put it on Morgan, but when I went downstairs, everything was ready. He will clean the container, the sample was already here, and I will just bring this up to Morgan and do and do the procedure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had done it a total of 4 months. The 4th month we were successful. The first 3 months we did learn things along the way that you may find helpful if you're on this journey to baby making. The first month, do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah, the first mistake will be I went it too fast. So even though I was just doing this was already too fast. You can see the liquid coming out of Morgan. And I was like, okay, something's happening, this is wrong, this is too small, something is wrong.
Yeah.
And after I just started to do it a little bit slower and steady, and we see it coming in.
Yeah, slow and steady and a little bit higher.
So
when we say mistakes, by the way, these are just tips that might improve the possibility of getting pregnant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the second month was... I remember what happened. We were chatting after you had inserted it, and then we started laughing, and I feel like I lost most of the sample just laughing.
As soon as you start laughing, the thing came as a volcano. Like, what is going on? Yeah.
The third month, we had another issue where I had an orgasm after she had inserted the sample, and that didn't work out well. Again, it came out. So I would recommend doing an orgasm if you're going to have one before rather than after.
Or way after.
Yes.
Again, a few hours after. Anyway, the sperm stay in your body for 3 days.
Yes.
They say that the orgasm is good just because
it helps with the muscle
the
contraction.
action that happened. Yeah.
Now, the 4th month, there's a few different changes that happened, so I don't know if there was something in particular that we did that helped, or if everything all together in combination. So the first thing is that we switched the cycle monitoring to the fertility clinic. So we were no longer using the app on the phone. We went to the fertility clinic, and what that looked like is I would go in regularly for blood work and ultrasounds. And so originally it was like once a week, and then it was a few times a week, and then close to ovulation it was every single day. So the point of it was for them to be able to tell us the exact day I was ovulating and the exact day to be doing the insemination.
And I remember they called you once and they said, oh, you're ovulating. So we called the donor, he came and go home, he came to our place, we did the procedure, and they called you the next day and say, no, you're actually ovulating today. And I was like, what? So I called the donor again and said, I'm so sorry, but it's better if we do it right away today, just to be sure. Yes. And he came and we did it a third time. One after the other.
Yes. Now, keeping in mind, sperm does stay alive in the body for up to 3 days, but we just felt third time's a charm. Why not give it a try?
Yeah, we just wanted to increase our chance, for sure.
So we did the cycle monitoring at the clinic, then we increased, we did it 3 inseminations rather than 1. We also switched over from the larger syringe here to the smaller one for the last month. Whether or not it had an effect, who knows? This is a 3 millimeter syringe.
And this was a 10 centimeter.
And
millimeter.
Afterwards, what I did was I put a pillow underneath my pelvis for her to do the insemination, and so that it was raised. And I stayed there quietly for about 30 minutes after.
Yeah, 30 minutes to an hour sometimes.
So 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, we tested. Yes. And it was really funny because we were considering to test at night, and we read in the instructions that it says better in the morning. And so we agree and we say, okay, so do it with your first pee in the morning just to be sure.
Yeah.
So I go to bed, just super chill and relaxed. And what
happened? But I was just so excited and I just couldn't wait another minute. So I went ahead and peed on the at-home urine sample pregnancy test.
Yeah.
And I brought it in the bedroom because I was like, 2 lines.
No, I tell you, like, here. She didn't say anything. She just threw the test to me, and then like, when I see those 2 lines, I'm like, there is 2 lines. So I run to get the package. I see that 2 lines means that she's pregnant, and I start checking. It was a shock. Even though you are doing this and you know what your goal is, you are never 100%. I mean, you're excited and you're prepared, but you don't expect it. So when you see that you're pregnant,
it becomes next level real when you see that positive test. So then the next morning we tested again, and we tested again.
And again. And all the tests was positive. So we went to the fertility clinic again to do a blood test just to make sure. And they give the results like the next day, right away. And they were Alaya. So we keep it for ourselves for 3 months. That was the most difficult.
We did let the donor know, and we asked him to keep it confidential for 3 months because it's pretty standard. But Yeah, it was a pretty exciting thing.
Yeah.
And so we really hope that this information is helpful for you. On our journey, we found a lot of other people's stories really valuable.
Also, yeah.
So we just wanted to give back, provide you our story. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And don't forget to click subscribe,
Yes.
so you can find out when we post our next video.
There you go. Bye, guys.
Bye.